Siblings?
Yeah, so I do have many. So my father had 14 kids. No, but now...
I'm sorry. I didn't expect that.
Around 10 to 9 in the evening, I requested an Uber. And the Uber came through, went inside my complex. And yeah, we greeted each other as per usual with the driver. I was on my phone. I wasn't paying attention to him because I'm not a driver. So he went off our route. He went to Oliven.
Okay.
And I was driving in Oliven. We went to this dark area. And he didn't want to stop. He became aggressive now. When I was asking him, but what is happening here? So I then opened the door. I was still in the car. But then I opened the door. I'm like, please drop me off now. Because I don't know where you're going with me. We are not going to the direction that I had requested. And the police that came to the house, they just said to me, no, they can't take anything now. They can't take my statement. I'm badly injured. I have to go to hospital. You know, their first priority is to preserve life. So they can't help with a statement at that time. Uber only called me that morning, said, if this is serious, you have to go and open a case.
I've been through hell and back, nobody by my side, nobody to console me, nobody to call home me. Hey, what the man you got trauma, but I'm not the votonga. I've been through hell and back, nobody by my side, nobody to console me, nobody to call home me. Hey, what the man you got trauma, but I'm not the votonga.
Hi ninjas, how are you doing? It's a girl, Owamie, and welcome back to another episode of To Hell and Back. If it's the first time joining me, most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that you subscribe and also hit the bell. I absolutely love you. If you'd like to come and be part of our show, there'll be a banner that pulls up here. It will have WhatsApp numbers. If you don't have WhatsApp, you can use email, but I will always recommend you use WhatsApp, guys. My team has that and they are quicker to respond than I am, okay? And the other thing again is that if you are looking into shooting your podcast or your videos, we do have a studio, which is Mopandi Studios. You should make sure that you contact the same numbers and they will sort you out. Anyway, ninjas, today we are actually here with the gorgeous Fikile. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. You look so beautiful, hey? I was just telling you look so beautiful. I love your hair, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Well, let's just go ahead and get into your story.
Okay.
First, I would like for you to just introduce yourself to everyone. Who are you? You know, where are you from? Upbringing? How many kids do you have? Any husband? What's going on?
All right, I do not have a husband.
That was quick. That was very fast.
All right, but I have 2 children, a boy and a girl.
Okay.
And I am originally from KZN, in a small village called Dorenkop. That's where I was born. But when I was 13, then I moved to Verulam and I stayed there with my mom. And at the age of, I don't remember the age, but in 2006, that's when I moved to Joburg.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Any siblings?
Yeah, so I do have many. So my father had 14 kids. No, but now...
I'm sorry. I didn't expect that.
Yes, my father had 14 kids, but now there's only, I think, 6 of us left.
Oh, I'm so sorry for that.
Yeah, it's okay. And my mom had 4. Now there's 3 of us left.
Oh, okay.
Because they were not together. And I was raised by my grandmother. So,
okay. Yeah. No, I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
Such is life. Wow. But overall, like, how was your upbringing?
It was good. I would say it was good. Because as much as we were not rich, but my grandmother had a lot of love.
Okay.
So for me, I really enjoyed spending time with her. Being with her. I was following her everywhere. I was always with my grandmother. You know?
Wow. So you were not raised by your mom?
No, I was not.
Or your dad?
No.
So they had you and they went on to live their lives and you stayed with your grandma?
Yes, they were working. So I stayed with my grandmother. But I would see them. I would see my dad every weekend. but I'll only see my mom once a month, which was month end.
Oh, when she comes.
Yeah, so during school holidays, then I'll go and visit my mom in town. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Please, let's get into your story, why you actually wrote to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Thursday, the 29th of May,
Okay.
around 10 to 9 in the evening, I requested an Uber, and the Uber came through, went inside my complex, and yeah, we greeted each other as per usual with the driver. And after leaving my gate, I spoke about charging my phone. So he said to me, "Oh, move to the front." And he insisted that I move to the front. And I was like, okay.
So when you're saying the driver insisted that you sit in the front, what was his reason? Was it because you said you wanted to charge your phone, or?
That's what I thought at that time.
Okay.
All right. So I moved to the front, no problem. We drove. And as we were approaching R55, there was a roadblock. So they stopped him.
Okay.
He didn't feel comfortable stopping, but he had to stop. He didn't have a choice. So he stopped. After stopping, he went out of the car, spoke to the police, came back immediately. And he took a pic. Okay, I was on my phone. I wasn't paying attention to him because I'm not a driver. So, I mean, he didn't take out a license card. He took out a paper, like an A4 paper.
Okay.
And he went out with the paper. Immediately after that, he came back into the car and he started driving off. And I was like, "Oh, and what about your license?" He said, "I'll take it on my way back." But now when I looked behind us, he started driving fast, very fast. When I looked behind us, I saw police cars coming for us, chasing us.
Sure.
So this guy started driving recklessly, like he was not stopping at the traffic lights. He was just driving. So I kept on asking, "What is going on? What is going on? Please drop me off because I'm not part of this. I'm not even sure why you're running away from the police." Because in my mind as a driver, you cannot run away because of a driver's license.
Yeah, it can't be.
You know, I felt like there was something more serious than the driver's license story.
Yeah.
So he went off our route. He went to Oliven.
Okay.
And I was driving in Oliven. We went to this dark area, and he didn't want to stop. He became aggressive now. When I was asking him, "But what is happening here?" So I then opened the door. I was still in the car. But then I opened the door. I'm like, "Please drop me off now. Because I don't know where you're going with me. We are not going to the direction that I had requested." And in my mind, I thought, okay, since the police are still behind, I'm still safe.
They were behind?
They were still chasing the car.
How many cars would you say? How many police cars would you say you saw?
There were two when we stopped at the roadblock. But I think the one that was chasing us behind us was just one.
Okay.
Because those are the ones who assisted me eventually.
Okay.
So I realized that this guy is going far with me and I'm not liking this. So I managed to take my phone. I put it like on my chest like this. And because he was also using his elbow now because he was being aggressive. So
wait, he's using his elbow to what? To keep you on your seat?
No, because I'm talking. He didn't even want me to talk. I'm disturbing him. He's like, "Do you know what will happen if these cops catch me?" I'm like, something is seriously wrong.
Yeah.
So I took my phone. Okay, remember when I got inside the car, I was sitting at the back. So my handbag
was at the back
with the parcel that I went to drop off.
Yeah.
So I only had my phone there. So I just put my phone like this because it was so dark where he was. It slowed down a bit.
What time was it?
It was around 9 that time.
At night?
At night.
Oh my goodness.
And it was dark in Oliven. Apparently that area where I eventually got off the car is very dangerous. So I got off the car. I injured myself badly at the back and the head.
You jumped off the car?
Yeah, I got off because he was slowing down.
Yeah, so you basically jumped off. It wasn't like fully stopped.
No.
But it was just going slow now.
Yes, he wasn't going to stop. He wasn't going to stop. He told me straight that he's not going to stop. So I got off the car, bumped my head and injured my back.
Did you get your bag?
No, I didn't get my bag. You
left them in the car?
Yes, because they are behind and he wasn't going to let me go to the back or disturb him while he was driving. So I only took my phone with me, which helped a lot because if I didn't take my phone, the police that were running after him were going to arrest me as well. Because when they got there, they thought we were together in this whole thing. I don't know what it is, even to this day. So they then came to me. They were like, what is happening? Where's the guy going? Who's this guy? We want this guy. I'm like, I don't know the guy. I'm on a ride here. They're like, you're lying. I said, please take my phone, check my phone. So they checked my phone. That's when they then assisted me. They put me in the van. They said, listen, let's go. This area is very dangerous. We can't be here because we don't know where this guy is going and how many of them are there, you know. So yeah, they took me. They then asked me who can they call to come and pick me up because they don't work in that area, you know. They called someone and yeah, they went to drop me off there and I went home.
Your bag?
My bag is gone up until this day. I don't have a driver's license. I don't have an ID. All my belongings are gone. So when I got home, I asked my security guards to get me a footage from the gate.
Yeah.
Because now when you check the screenshots, because we had to screenshot
the ride.
The car is. But when you check the screenshot, it doesn't have a number plate. There's no registration number there. So then I asked my security guards to please get me a footage of the car coming in and leaving the complex, which I have not received until now. And the police that came to the house, they just said to me, no, they can't take anything now. They can't take my statement. I'm badly injured. I have to go to hospital. You know, their first priority is to preserve life. So they can't help with a statement at that time. And they left, you know.
Did they ever come back then when you're now okay?
No.
Did they take your numbers?
No.
These are police from where, Oliven?
These are police from Midrand because now I was at my place in Midrand.
Oh, Midrand police, Shem. If you want...
they're all the same.
The uselessness, I'm so sorry if you work there, Shem, but if you're not one of those useless ones, okay, but most of you guys there are, Shem.
So they said I must go to the police station when I'm fine after being discharged from the hospital. So that night I just took painkillers because I was scared. I just didn't know what just happened. You know, you take a ride and then the next thing you're being followed by the cops and you get out of the car and all that drama. So I slept. I was in a lot of pain, but I slept. And then the next day, that's when I started now going for help, you know. I went to Midrand police station. They said to me, this is not the, what do they call this? I must go to Oliven, basically, where this thing happened. So I went there, they gave me a J88 and they said I must go to hospital. I went to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, fine, the doctor checked me and did whatever she did. But I was turned back with the J88. They said the police must bring the J88 to them, not me. You know. And then after that, I was like, okay, look, let me rather call my GP to help me with this because I don't know who to call now. Because Uber only called me that morning, like on the 30th in the morning. They called me, they checked how am I feeling. I explained to them that I'm really
badly injured.
Yes. And my belongings are gone. And then they said, okay, we are calling you from safety. Another department is going to call you. I think they took like a day to call me. And then they called. I explained the story. And then I received an email that said, if this is serious, you have to go and open a case. And I was like, but where's the driver? I mean, this is your driver. You should know this guy.
Yes.
He should bring my things to the police station, wherever. You know? And that hasn't happened until today.
This happened how many days ago now?
The 29th
of May.
Of May.
So now we are in the 16th?
16th, yes.
Of June. So it's less than a month.
Yes.
It's just a few days.
Yes. Yeah.
How are you feeling though?
I'm much better.
Physically.
Physically. It's just the head is still. Emotionally, I'm not okay because I wasn't expecting that. I mean, when you take an Uber, you expect to be safe.
Yeah.
You know, that is the expectation. But what happened that day? Because no one explains why, what was happening, what was the reason for the guy to just drive off like that, you know?
So, I mean, I'm so sorry, hey? So now I feel like, okay, let's start dissecting, right? You ordered an Uber. He comes into your complex.
Yes.
When he comes in, what was his mannerism when you greeted him?
It was just, hi, how are you?
And that was it.
That was it.
Can you describe the guy?
He was very dark.
Okay.
And he was just focused on driving. He didn't have a conversation, no.
Okay.
He was just focused on the road.
On driving.
Yeah, the only time that we spoke was me saying I need to charge, and then he said, come to the front. And he insisted on me coming to the front, That was the only time.
So when you went to the front, where were you? Were you still getting in, or was it like, did you guys have a stop somewhere?
We only stopped when the cops stopped him on R55.
So when the cops stopped him, that's when he said you should go in front?
No, I got into the front on Liver Road, just after my complex,
So after your complex, he stopped for you to come to the front.
Yes.
Okay, now you were charging your phone.
Yes.
So even when you were sitting in front, he still was quiet.
Yes, he was.
He still was quiet. You are just charging your phone. The ride is fine.
Yes.
The manner at which he was driving, was it just the normal way, or there's nothing that you can...
It was very normal from my place up until he was stopped by the police.
Okay.
The driving only changed after he was stopped by the police. That's why I was aware that something is wrong here. Because I had been driving with this guy for some time, and he was not driving like this. All of a sudden, he's just speeding, and
Can you describe the car? Which car model is it?
I will show you on the phone because I'm not used to that car.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you have the model of the car. Okay,
I have the model of the car and his face and everything on my phone. The only thing I don't have is the registration of the car.
Of the car.
Yeah.
So, okay, with that, you said when the cops stopped him, he did stop.
He did stop.
So when he went to the cops, he went with a paper.
Yes, he went without anything the first time, and then he came back and he took a paper. Immediately after that, he came running, like rushing to the car and started driving off. And I was like, why are you driving like this? And what about your license? And he said to me, I'll take it on my way back. But now the driving changed. It changed,
And you didn't see what that piece of paper was?
No.
You didn't see, you just saw the piece of paper?
I just saw a piece of paper.
Okay. So can you tell me what the driver was? The South African? Which tribe?
No, he was not South African.
Okay.
Because we didn't have
A conversation.
I can't tell.
Where he's
But
from.
he's not South African.
Okay.
Definitely not South African.
Sure. Okay, so now, as he's running from the cops are not catching up to him.
No.
And then he gets to a place where now it's dark, and then he slows down. You jump out of the car.
Yeah.
And then you get hurt, obviously, in that process. The police, when they come, they don't run after the car. They stop for you there.
Yes, they stopped because I feel like, okay, my thinking is this. If they continue chasing the guy, they were going to bump me because where I fell,
Okay.
it was in the middle of the car.
The road. Oh,
Yes,
and the
then,
police.
yes.
Okay, so they stop so that they don't bump you. And then when you now tell them that I'm actually on an Uber ride, they see your phone, they now decide to U-turn, like go back.
Because he was
not
gone
continue.
by that time. I don't even know if they were going to catch up with him.
Ne?
Yeah.
Okay, so after that, the police are the ones that dropped you home.
No, the police asked me who do I know around that area,
Okay.
because they don't work in that area. So I must call someone to come to them and take me home.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you got someone to come fetch you.
Yes.
And then
someone
you
came.
went home.
Yes.
And then when you went home, you called the police.
Yes, the Midrand police now.
Midrand police. They
Yes.
came to your house.
Yes.
And then when they came, they claimed that they can't do anything because you're injured.
Yes.
And then after that, they left and claimed that you should come to the police station when you're okay to open a case.
Yes.
So where did you get the J88? Or at what time did you get the J88?
I didn't go that night
Okay.
and even the following day because I was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So I went, I think it was on a Saturday. I went to Midrand police station.
Okay.
Yes, I went to the Midrand police station, I think 2 days after that, and they
2 days.
referred me to Oliven
Police station.
police station.
Because that's where the issue happened.
Yes.
So you went to Oliven.
Yes.
When you got to Oliven,
They said I must go to the hospital
okay.
with the J88.
Okay.
Yes, I went to the hospital with the J88. When I got to the hospital, I was told that we can't help you because the police are the ones who are supposed to bring J88s here. But then the one doctor saw me and asked me, what is the issue? And I explained. And she said, okay, fine, let me check you. Let me just check you and see if nothing is broken. And, and then the doctor checked me. I was supposed to go back to the hospital the next day.
Okay.
But then I haven't been back. I'll probably go back this week, Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. So when Uber called you, did you lay a complaint with them?
Yes, I did.
When did you lay the complaint? The night it happened?
The night it happened, yes.
Okay. And then they called you the same night?
Yes. So I sent an email to say what just happened. And then they called me.
Okay.
Yes, the other gentleman from Uber called me to listen to my story. I told him my story. And someone else called me again in the morning. And I told my story again.
Okay.
And then I received emails now to say, if this is serious, I must open a case.
But then for you to open a case, you need the plate numbers of the car.
Yes, that's what I was like. Because even when I went to the police station to open the case now, they said, we need the plate number of the car. And only Uber can provide me with that.
Or your footage.
Or my footage, which I have not received as well.
Sure. I am so sorry, hey?
Yeah. So.
But then, like, how are you coping?
The pain is much better now.
Okay.
Because I was really struggling with the pain. But it's getting better. So, yeah.
So after Uber sent you that email, if it's serious, go to and open a case, did you reply back to them to say, for me to open the case, I need the plate number?
Yes, in fact, I asked them. And they said, or should we give the guy your phone number?
Imagine.
I was like, no, I don't want that guy to call me. I don't want him to have my number. Why would you give that guy my number? I'm still traumatized from what he did. How can you say, oh, you want us to give the guy your number?
Are they even thinking about your safety of the fact that you are the only witness?
Exactly.
To whatever it is happening.
So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I went to the police station and opened a case, but I don't think they took it serious also because there's no number plate of the car.
Did they give you a case number?
Yes, there is a case number. They actually wrote it on the J88 on top there to say I must take it back to the hospital, But
I mean, for me, I'm just like, I don't know, but I feel like these services like Uber, Bolt, whatever, they need to be a lot more responsible.
True.
For cases like this, because this is their business. You are trusting their business. You are using your money to use their services, and you almost lost your life.
Exactly. And I always ask myself that if I didn't get out of that car, what was going to happen to me?
Exactly. Because he was going to feel like you're the only witness here. I got away because he drove away from the cops, but you are now a witness. What if you leave go to a police station, they will get my plate number and everything. You could have done something to hurt you. So I think jumping out was probably something that, was really honestly the best at that time. And I think for me, I'm also just a bit confused in terms of he went to the cops. He came back. He took something.
Yes.
He went back. He now ran back. I wonder what is it that the cops wanted.
I don't know, because the other police officer, that the guy, because it was a lady and a guy, they said this guy, they don't even think that he's supposed to be driving Uber. So I'm not sure what is on that paper.
But with that paper, doesn't it have his details maybe?
I think it does, or fake details. I'm not sure.
Okay.
If those are his real details or what, I'm not sure.
If those are his fake details.
Real details,
But again, the thing that's also confusing me is that if you know that you're not okay to drive, why did he even stop in the first place? Because he has a better chance of just bolting it, of just running away from them without even having to stand or stop.
I think because of that roadblock, he couldn't run away. He had to stop. He had to stop. And then after he stopped, that's when he got a chance to run off, drive off,
So, but because you didn't get a chance to speak to those ones that he gave the paper to, then maybe we could have gotten a little bit more information in terms of what was the reason for him to now start running? What is in that paper that he actually gave them?
Yes. Yeah.
But again, it is Bolt's responsibility to make sure that, Uber, I'm sorry, Bolt. Jew is not any different as much. We've had horrible stories with you. But with Uber, I feel like, with Uber, they also do really need to take more action in terms of like making it safe for their clients. Because it seems like, I don't know, I feel like even just with the road safety, and this is not only just with Uber, like even with the road safety, this is South Africa guys that are buying those certificates, Sabo Dekra. I'm not that necessarily there, but I'm talking about those certificates that actually say that your car is roadworthy. We know they're buying those stuff.
True.
So number one, we've got cars that are not even roadworthy on the road. That's a horrible one, because we know that, it can happen that you can be in an accident because of one thing or another, right?
Yeah.
But then now even the drivers are not even being vetted as much.
No.
And I think the saddest part about this is the fact that everyone always just believes that Uber is safer.
Yeah. That's what I believed up until that day.
How do you feel with the how can I say this? How do you feel with the response that Uber, or like the actions that Uber has taken or not taken?
I feel like they haven't taken any actions. That's what I feel, because, after I got home from that incident, I was like, it's okay. My bag and my belongings are with Uber. That was my feeling, like, oh no, get these things, because they were left in an Uber car. Yeah. But I've realized that no, they're not doing anything about this. Nothing at all.
Now I wonder, can you not open a case against Uber?
Yeah, I guess so, because I don't know the guy. I don't have any details except for what I have on the screenshot, but I don't have much on the guy. I don't have his registration number.
So on the when you confirm Uber, does it not give out the plate number?
No, we check when you confirm. I think while you're on the trip, because I haven't taken Uber since, on the trip, you can still see the plate number, if I'm not mistaken, because, sometimes I was taking both Bolt and Uber, so I'm not sure which shows the plate number, which doesn't. Yes, but when they took the screenshot at that time, there was no plate number after I got injured.
After you got injured, do you think that guy maybe did something? Did he end the trip, cancel the trip, and maybe reported that you're not safe, they should hide his information from? I don't know.
I don't understand what happened there.
But if an Uber employee was now asking if they should give your numbers to the guy that almost killed you,
that's when I realized that they are not serious. You can't ask me to give out my number to that guy. You can't.
Yeah. How do you feel like, because I feel like you got failed by so many people, Uber themselves, the police also, taking you pillar to post, not giving you even the right information in terms of like the JT going to the hospital, we can't help you because of this. Go to the police, we can't help you because of this and that and that. In your world, let's say in a situation where this happened, how best do you think you could have been helped? Like, what do you wish would have happened?
I wish I got the right information from the onset, from everyone that I went to, from police, Uber, and the hospital. But I was just taken from back and forth. So, yeah.
And now what is the update?
Nothing. Nothing from the police, nothing from Uber, nothing
from your complex.
Nothing from my complex, because I even have messages on WhatsApp where I was sending them messages to say, please, may I please have that footage? The night shift will say, please talk to the day shift. The day shift will say, please talk to the night shift, up until today.
Do you not have a complex manager?
We do, but they always say talk to the
security guard.
Yes, first,
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, like, unless if they have those big machineries, there's a certain amount of time that the footage will be there, and then after
days.
that, do you understand? And that is now Is that not even later than 14 days?
Today it should be later because it was on the 29th. Yeah. Today's the 16th.
Yeah.
So right now, I think the only people that should help me are from Uber.
Yeah, because they have the plate number.
Yes, they have all the information about that guy, about the car, Yo,
I am so sorry, hey? So, I think, like now, the question that I would also ask is, how do you think maybe as ninjas we can help? What do you think we should do?
First of all, I just wanted to make all the ninjas and everyone else out there aware of what is happening with the e-hailing service. I'll just put it that way. And secondly, if there's anyone with any information that could assist with this case, to come forward and let me know, okay, go this way, do this, Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Did Uber ever get your case number?
No, they didn't get. They said I must give the police an email.
Okay.
It had someone to contact at Uber. But the police were like, why should we call Uber? So now I'm not sure who's giving me the right information, to be honest.
Yeah, but Leona, guys, like I won't lie, SAPS is nonsense in this country. Only in KZN where Mkwanaze is, that's the only police officers in South Africa who recognize Shem, or me personally, and that's just my freedom of speech. Like, I don't understand, because it is actually the police job. If they are investigating, the detective that is to handle your case, they are supposed to contact Uber and demand all this stuff. If they don't want to release, then they need to subpoena, which means a judge now will have to subpoena. Whether they like it or not, they will have to hand over the information. You understand? So, but Uber, Leona, is very much failing you, because it could be an easy thing for them to just access. This was your ride.
Yeah.
This is the plate number, this is this and that. And I think they should also be the ones that pay for your medical, the stuff that you lost. If you have to take time out of work because of this, they're supposed to compensate you for all this that happened. Like, that's personally just my understanding, or what I see should be done, you understand?
Yeah.
And now when it's like this, I really honestly don't know. And I think there are people that will always ask me like, oh, you can just use Uber, you can just... I'm not safe. Like, I don't feel safe. All the stories that I always see, I'll rather drive there.
That's very true. We're actually talking about that on the way here, that right now driving yourself is the safest option.
It really honestly is. It really honestly is, because the stories I have heard are horrible. They are horrible when it comes to the e-hailing services. If it's not the taxi drivers that are behind and trying to beat people up for using these services, it's you are entering, it's some guy that has stupid mind, they are sexually assaulting, others have even ended up dead, others are robbing you, others you get in the car and all of a sudden you see men rush into the car. It's really honestly a lot. And I think they always also get away with all of this because the justice system in South Africa is failing us so much. There's not a lot of punishment that actually goes on. You submitted everything to the police station. They're saying Uber should be the one to contact them. Your case might end up being just like that. No one contacts anyone, and Uber gets away with it.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't they do it even to the next person?
I feel like it's going to be like that because I haven't heard from anyone from the police station, or Oliphant police station. No one has called me or said anything about this case. I just went there, opened the case, and that was it. I haven't heard anything. And
if there are no consequences, why would they even want to make it tighter and stricter before you drive from there?
They won't. They won't, because they're not held accountable for anything.
I really honestly do not know. But Uber, if you are watching this, please do the right thing. Like, I don't even know, Shem. Because now at this point, it's like, in order for you to get help, you need to go to either a podcast, you need to do a TikTok video that goes viral so that you can be able to get help from these institutions. And that's such a sad way of living in this country, honestly.
True.
such a sad way. I'm really honestly just so sorry. But now, are you back at work? How is everything going on?
No. I'm not employed currently, so I'm just hustling. I'm doing my own thing. So
yeah. But I'm sure, like when you were hurt, it did take away from your table.
Yeah, of course it did. Of course, I had to be home for days and do nothing. You know, it did.
Sure. Anyway, ninjas, please, if you are someone that is a lawyer and you would like to give us advice on how she can best go about this, and please also let us know, can she be able to sue Uber itself? Because it was their driver that actually, got her hurt and everything. Would like to obviously also then just know. Do you have anything to say before we close?
No. Thank you so much for having me, Owamie.
No.
Yes, I really appreciate your time and.
Thank you. But anyway, just please, man, do help us, because now obviously I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just like, if you're someone, you are a person of the law, please let us know. Can she be able to? And if she can you help with like what steps and everything? I'll get your email address. Okay. I'll put your email address here. And then also, you can either contact her, you can contact me, because my email address has also been here. And then maybe, there's a way that you can actually help her. Because at this point, I just feel like as a country, South Africans, we accept too much. And that is why our country is literally like this. We accept a lot. And that's why our police officers feel they can just wake up, go there to collect their money, and go home. Because there's not really a lot that actually pushes them. Now that's how I honestly feel. I feel like if police officers were getting fired for incompetence and they were losing their jobs for not doing things the right way, and they were seeing their colleagues getting fired and new people coming in, they would stand up and do things the right way. But because of no one is held accountable with anything, they know that they can go there, sit and put files and sit there the whole day or whatever, and nothing will happen. So why should I do it? Because there's an officer here that has been here for 3 years. He doesn't do his job, or she doesn't do her job, but they've been here for years. So, I'm just here to collect my money, and that is it. Because now, so much keeps happening when it comes to this e-hailing services. It's I've seen some people actually talk about Bolt, and then I've seen others saying, no, Uber is safer. And then now, clearly not. Uber is not as safe as how you think. But at this point, I don't know what is it that we need to do. But please do go ahead and comment down below. Tell us, let us know. From Owamie, I love you guys. Stay blessed. And I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.